What is going on, world? This is the tag team of the brand split podcast. I'm your boy PSD here with Mr. Wrestling 6, aka Mr. Wrestling. And what we're here to talk to you about on this stream is everything AEW related. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to go over AEW Dynamite results, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the predictions and previews for the Forbidden Door 2026. Mr. Wrestling, while I got you here, let's go ahead and run down these matches. So, did you watch AEW Dynamite last night?
I did watch AEW Dynamite last night. I thought it was a fine show leading into the pay-per-view.
All right, so let's go ahead and run it down. So the first match we had was Brodito. That's Bandito and Brody King taking on Mystico. Oh, excuse me. That was Brodito with Bandito, Brody King, and Mystico. I'm sorry. You know, they're a good trios team taking on the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta. So, what you think about that match?
I think Mystico makes his dates. I mean, I've seen this guy wrestle on MLW at 6 o'clock, seen him wrestle on Collision at 7 o'clock, and then he's wrestling on Dynamite last night. So Mystico gets around. And as far as the match was fine.
Yeah, Mystico's the man. That's why they love him. I thought it was a pretty good match, good opener, and that's why they put it there. The Death Riders did win by pinfall, John Moxley over Brody King, so that was kind of surprising. But you know, hey, somebody got to win, somebody got to take the fall. So, moving on from that, Marina Shafir stayed out there because she had a survival of the fittest qualifying match for the TBS Championship against Harley Cameron. You won't believe who won that match. What you thought about that one?
Oh man, I'm a fan of Harley Cameron. I like when she gets TV time. I think she always makes the most of whatever she's given. So I like watching her. You know, like you know who was going to win, but still nice match.
Harley Cameron won, man. You got to feel the wrath, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to feel the wrath. So I did enjoy that match as well. I like what Marina Shafir is doing. She's that no nonsense badass, you know, ass kicker. So other Death Riders, and I like that they present her that way. So she ain't just standing around just valleying all the time. She has to get her hands dirty.
Hey, I have a quick question.
What you got for me?
I missed the ending of that match. How did Harley Cameron win?
With the most devastating move in sports entertainment. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Shout out to Simon Miller. Got you one of your shirts on. But yeah, they ended up doing like a couple. They rolled around a little bit, and she like, I think Marina tried to put her in a leg lock, and then that's when Holly rolled her and she pinned her, man.
Oh, nice.
And Marina sat up like, I can't believe this. I just can't.
Yeah. Glad she won.
that was a good way for her because, like you said, realistically, you would think that Marina would take that easily.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for Harley's character and how she's been coming along, it worked. And I'm happy for her. She needs some more wins individually. So that was pretty cool. And they showed her do some promo for Supergirl. I'm not sure if she got a part in it or anything, but she did she was at the premiere and she did like some pictures and stuff, and she had Willow Nightingale there with her, and that was pretty cool to see that. She's a big fan because if you looked at her outfit, she had like the super. At first, I thought it was Wonder Woman, but it was like an homage to the Supergirl, to the new Supergirl.
She looks the part too.
She do.
She looks like a superhero. Yeah.
I mean, dude, she's multifaceted. She can do music.
Yeah.
She rap a little bit, sing, play instruments, man. She wrestles. That's what's up, man. I'm glad she got her shine. Moving on, we had the what would I say? The honorary member, well, you know, the prospect of the Death Riders, Will Ospreay, taking on El Phantasmo, aka ELP, in just a little tune-up match before his match with Swerve Strickland at the weekend. And we know who won that match. It was the Billy Goat Will Ospreay. What you think about that one?
I love seeing Will Ospreay anytime he's in the ring, on the mic, in a backstage segment. Anytime he's on TV, he's good.
Did you see that hidden blade he did to ELP?
Yes, it was good.
Man, it looked like he clucked him for real. I'm talking about like he says it. Sometimes he give it to him, and then like depending on like if y'all real cool, he kind of like I think he said he adjusted a little bit so he don't hit him all the way. He look like he fully connected with that guy's head, man.
Did you see the backstage segment with the Death Riders and Will? They were
when he fell over.
Yes, that
hilarious.
Was great. I love that.
That I don't think that was supposed to happen, just because how he looked and how everybody else looked at him.
Yeah.
And then how he just laughed like before they panned away. I was like, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it was funny.
It was great.
Yeah. Good way to take the piss out of you, you know, and just laugh at yourself. That was great. Next we had, because they said Will Ospreay, so we had Daniel Garcia take on Swerve Strickland. Once again, another tune-up match for one of the competitors in the Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland match for the Owen Hart finals. So we'll just showcasing those two guys. Obviously, we knew Swerve was going to win. Daniel Garcia came out. He did look pretty good against Swerve, but Swerve was always going to win, and he won with the hidden blade. What's your thoughts on that one?
Oh, no thoughts. You said it all.
It's Swerve.
Yeah, Swerve won. Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you see he got some? They got the AEW got the headphone lines out.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, they called I think AEW Heavies. Nana had them on.
Oh,
That's what he had on when he came out, and then they promoted it when they kind of got down to the ring before the
okay.
match started. So yeah, I might have to check into that. You know what I'm saying? With the next match, we had Jack Perry taking on Zack Sabre Jr. with Zack Sabre coming out as the winner. Very, very good technical match. And Jack Perry said last week he wanted to face him. He kind of opened doors for him and trained him and like helped him out back in the day a little bit. So Zack won by a submission, which I kind of knew that was going to happen. Another tune-up match because he got a match this weekend against Kenny Omega. What's your thoughts on that one?
Same tune-up match, and Zack Sabre, he's a technician in there. He's always putting good matches together.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. We did have some backstage segments. One of them that stuck out to me was the Dunn Callis family and MJF, as they like to call him, DC MJF.
Yeah.
What do you think about that whole little interaction with MJF and the Dunn Callis family? And some of them are getting on with most of them ain't. But Dunn's getting on with him, and then Dunn had the T-shirt where they look like bodybuilders standing there like holding hands. What you think about this thing?
I loved it. I loved MJF telling Rocky and Trent to get out of there.
Who are these guys?
Yeah, I like Kyle and Okada's reaction to the T-shirt.
Yes.
So.
And it's funny because when Dunn revealed a similar T-shirt of a portrait of Kyle, when Kyle got in the group, they loved it.
Right.
But when he saw that, it was just kind of like
sickening.
Really?
That was good.
When he cut off Dunn before he could introduce, before he could spotlight Andrade.
Oh, that was also good. It made me want to see MJF versus Andrade. So yeah, that whole segment that was good.
And MJF did clock Andrade at the end of the show, though he didn't mean to, but he kind of degraded him after he did. So that match is coming.
Right, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man, me too. Me too. I hope Andrade takes that one. Next match, we had a tag team match with TMDK's Bad Dude Tito and Mikey Nichols taking on the Young Bucks. Young Bucks did win with the Meltzer driver. What's your opinion on that match?
Just a match. Nothing special. Did you like it?
It's the Young Bucks. I always like it. Super kick party everywhere. And I actually like TMDK. I like what they're doing. But, I mean, all these matches seem like it was everybody that's got a match this weekend pretty much had a match on the show. Yeah. And if they're not on Dynamite, they're going to be on Collision having some matches. I think Jericho's going to have a match on Collision against JD Drake. So everybody's kind of getting that little tune-up match in prior to the pay-per-view, which they should win. So it kind of made sense. But it's the Young Bucks. They always have they call it the party match. It's always a party match for those guys.
Right. I liked how they went, from the Zack Sabre Jr. match. Right. Yeah, that was seamlessly.
And that's how they did the Death Riders, and then Maria Shafir, they was already out there.
The show flows better than that.
It
makes sense.
Smart. Yeah. That's how you maximize the minutes. You know what I'm saying? So we had Queen Aminata next. She was taking on Red Velvet for the Survival of the Fittest for the TBS. To get into the match for the TBS Championship. Queen Aminata, the one, the only. She got in there and she won. She handled her business, but her and Red Velvet fought before, and this was their second match running back. Red Velvet looks good. She was handling business, but Queen Aminata, she did that thing. The move is called Off With Her Head, where they sit against the rope and she runs and does the kick. It's awesome looking. But what did you think about that match? Did you get a chance to check it out, and what do you think of the two ladies?
Oh, great match. I'm a fan of both ladies. Loved it.
That's what's up. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how this TBS championship match is going to stack out, because I think we're going to have at least 6 women in there. So it's going to be interesting to see. I wish they turned it into a ladder match. You got that many competitors, but I think it's just going to be a straight up pinfall match. So that'll turn out pretty good. Next up, we had Konosuke Takeshita defending his international championship against Ricochet. What's your thoughts?
Good match. I like Ricochet. I like Takeshita. Two of them together, they put a good match on.
Yeah, I pretty much like the work of what both of these guys are doing, especially Takeshita now that he's a face now and he's won the international championship. He's holding it down. I'd love to see him do some more matches. Ricochet is just
Right.
bald. Ricochet. So
Now we talked a little bit about this before we went on air.
and I'm about to segue into that.
Yeah. So
So with Ricochet, bald, being in a group with two guys that has hair by the name of the Gates of Agony, what do you think about that pairing of the demand of those three?
I feel like it's doing more harm than good with Ricochet. I feel like Ricochet in AEW has been like a complete package as far as on the mic and in the ring. And I've tried to like the Gates of Agony, but at the end of the day, I feel like it drags Ricochet down a little.
Yeah, at first I thought it would have been a great pairing. I thought they all would have been spotlighted a little bit more. Maybe they could have went after some trios belts. I think they did, but they didn't win it. It's been more about Ricochet than anything. So I just feel like if you're not gonna really spotlight them like you spotlight him, let they do their own thing. He can go on by himself and do his own thing. I actually thought he was gonna lean more into the psychotic version when he had the golden scissors and stuff. I thought he was gonna lean more into that, like the American Psycho that he was kind of pulling from, but he kind of went with what he
Yeah,
went with now. And like I said, I think it just kind of it's past its expiration date. Let them move on because I like them. I want to see them do well. I want to see Ricochet Ball do well. So that's how I feel about that one. But I guess we'll see what happens moving forward. I think maybe they turn on him because he's going to get arrogant, more arrogant against them, and they'll turn on him. But the last thing that we had was the promo segment from Mark Briscoe. He talking about the cage match they're going to be having, and we're going to get into that with the Forbidden Door preview. His promo, MJF comes out, the Don Callis family comes out, the conglomeration and friends come out, and it was a brawl pretty much toward the end. What do you think? Predictions for the match? Do you think Mark Briscoe is going to get his match against MJF?
surely they've done all this television that Mark Briscoe will get the win. I hope to see him get the win. What do you think?
I really do think he's going to get that win. The team will get the win, so
Right.
that way he can get the match. Now, I do think MJF will probably beat him, maybe even
Yes.
through nefarious means, but it's pretty much looking like that's the way they're going. Like I said, they build up the story, so why
Hmm.
not? You know.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much the AEW Dynamite preview. Collision will be coming on Saturday, so make sure you check that out. They're gonna have a few more matches on there with some people that's on the show, so you should expect them to more than likely win. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the Forbidden Door because it's looking like this is gonna be a great card. It's a stat card. We got 10 matches, one being the buy-in match. The buy-in is they like to call them Double D, Divine Dominion, the women's world tag champions, and she's taking on Thunder Rosa, La Mera Mera, and her tag team partner Olympia for the women's tag belts. Have you kept up with those four ladies at all?
Not to a great degree, but I'll be watching the 0 hour.
Okay. The Divine Dominion tag team looks great. Thunder Rosa's Thunder Rosa. She's gonna do what she do. I'm not familiar about Olympia, so I would be definitely checking out that match to see her work, see what she do. I think Divine Dominion takes it, and we're gonna go into the main card with 9 other matches. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of it. We're gonna go from bottom up. We got the steel cage match. We got the DC MJF, Don Callis MJF taking on the conglomeration and Mark Briscoe, and I think Konosuke is in that match. Who you think takes that match? I know we kind of spoke about, it, but what you think is gonna happen?
I hope Mark Briscoe picks up the win in that match.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe and company, man, got to. Like I said, it goes back into the story. He gets the match, and then they kind of go from there. Next, we got Edge and Christian. That's what I'm gonna call them. I don't care what nobody says. Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, Edge and Christian, or Cage and Cope, whatever, taking on them dogs, Davis Finley and 100 Proof Clark Connors for the men's tag team championships. What you think?
Anytime we see Edge and Christian, I think it's a treat. You know, them. I enjoy seeing them as a tag team, and it don't really matter the opponents. You know, I like hearing Edge music. I like seeing the camaraderie, and I think it'll be a good match though.
I wish he could just get his name back, man. Get Edge back. It
At
just
least he
sounds so
has the
much better.
theme song. At least he has a song.
That is true. That
Yeah.
is true. He kept the music.
Right.
We have Tekla defending her title against Starlight Kid from Stardom. So, and she's been on her Stardom rant and trying to
Yeah.
destroy Stardom. So, Starlight Kid and her fought back in Japan, and Starlight Kid beat her. So, I would assume that Tekla's going to take this match. But what are your thoughts on that women's world championship?
Same. I'm going with Tekla, and I like the stuff that they've been doing.
Yeah, man, she's been hot spitting on everything,
Mm-hmm.
hot tooling. So we do have Bandito taking on Death Riders John Moxley for the Continental Championship, 1-on-1, straight up, 20-minute time limit. Who's coming out to win?
I'll say Moxley.
Yeah, you know Moxley's gonna win that. And I wish they would have gave it to Brody King. Bandito got his belt. He got the
Right.
world
Yeah.
heavy, he got the ROH heavyweight belt. So we're gonna move on. Another member of the Death Riders, that bastard, Pac. He's gonna be taking on the former protege of John Moxley, Shooter Umino. They call him Shooter. But yeah, he Pac cut a promo on Dynamite about how he wanted to take him on. So you familiar with those? But are you familiar with Shooter Umino? And what are your thoughts looking forward to that match?
I think Pac will win. I don't have too many thoughts on it. To be honest, I'm not the biggest Pac fan, so I haven't really been following this program as closely as others. So I'll get more of your opinion on this one.
Well, I'm definitely a big fan. I'm more familiar with Pac now with Shota Umino. I have seen him when he's popped up on AEW, which is how I knew he was like under John Moxley's wing, because that was part of the story and everything like that. Pac does need a good pay-per-view singles win, especially. So I would love to see him get in there. Dude is huge, man. Dude is jacked. So I love anything he's a part of. He's a powerhouse, but he's a cruise. Well, not even really a cruiserweight anymore, but just his size and stature. He's powerful, but he can still work fast and agile. So I'm interested to see what he's doing.
Pac reminds me of Dynamite Kid a lot.
Ah.
And with that said, I mean, take that as you will,
Hey man, I like him. He's that bastard. So I hope he wins. I think he probably will win. It makes the most sense. Then we got the dream match of Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm looking forward to this match. It don't feel like a hot match per se, but personally, I'm looking forward to, 20, 30 minutes from these guys. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's a hot match, or do you feel like it's a match that's 5, 6 years too late?
I probably wouldn't say 5 years. I'd say a couple, just because the role that Zach's been on, this is perfect for him. This timing, him being the leader of TMDK, he had a couple of the New Japan belts and stuff like that standing out more and more. I think with Kenny being hurt, kind of took some time away of seeing some great matches, some great matchups. But he did say he's feeling a lot better than he's ever felt in a long time. So if we can still get him delivering the match that he feel like he can deliver, why not? If this could have been a couple years ago when he was on the championship run, probably would have been pretty good. But who knows if he was really at 100% then, considering what he's saying now. So yeah, and they fought before. Obviously, they fought back in New Japan before. So clearly that history is there. So I'm just excited to see what they're able to put on.
I think Zach will win.
Ooh, you think Zach's taking it?
I think Zach's going to win. You think Kenny's taking it?
I'm going with Kenny, man.
Okay.
I'm going with Kenny. I do hope they give him one real good last push. I wish they would have, when they first started the show, they could have made the show a little bit more around him. Like, he could have been a bigger focal point too. But it clearly seems like they're past that. But whatever run he gets before he hangs it up, I hope he does well.
That's my only complaint with the Omega. He plays like an old man character. Like he only has a couple matches left or whatnot when he can still go better than anyone in the ring. I wish he would play more of the best bout machine. That more character. Have more believe in himself rather than play that old guy. You know what I'm saying? Like always banged up. Not knowing when knowing the end is close. Yeah. It's just I like Kenny, and I think Kenny still has a lot of matches in front of him.
And I think I agree with your point on that one. And I think he does that because he's not a selfish person. He wants a lot of the younger talent to come up. So I understand it, but I 100% agree with your sentiment right there. So we're going to see. But I'm going with Kenny. You're going with Zach. Next up, we have the women's Owen Hart final matchup with Mercedes Moné taking on Maya World. Who you picking?
Oh wow, Maya World with was it an upset win over Athena? Was it upset? I mean, good match. I love the promo Mercedes cut last night. With that said, I'm gonna go with Mercedes.
You're going with the CEO, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna shock the world. I'm going with Maya World. I think that if Mercedes win, I can see it from a a safe standpoint. She's got more experience. She's won it last year, and they can segue that into whatever. But just to freshen it up and do something new, give it to Maya World. She shocks the world. She beat her teacher in Athena, the forever ROH Women's Champion, and I think she could shock her idol in Mercedes Moné. But we'll have to see. And then we're gonna cap that off with the Owen Hart finals for the men's. Swerve Strickland taking on that Billy Goat, Will Ospreay. I don't care who wins. I just want to see a great match, and I know they're going to put on the clinic. What do you think?
Same. I think they'll put on a great match, but I think the winners kind of, I feel like everyone thinks that Will's going to be facing MJF at All In. So, but it doesn't matter. The match. I'm grateful to see a good match between the two.
I agree. I think if they're going to run that MJF versus Ospreay, that would look good with him coming off with a win, because that could segue into that, and maybe he'll do another TV match with Swerve, or a real number one contenders match, because Swerve ain't going nowhere. So I agree. I look forward to seeing a great match between those two, and I definitely think Swerve will be in the title picture regardless. I need Kenny in there at some point, and I'm hoping at some point Hangman comes back. They've been bringing his name up a little more recently, so we'll see what happens. With that being said, we've talked about the WWE shows coming up. We got the NXT Great American Bash coming up. We still got the SmackDown, though that's already been taped. Then we got the Night of Champions, and then we got AEW to cap off the weekend. What show or which brand are you looking more forward to? Is it WWE? Is it AEW? Or do you really care? You just want to see all good wrestling this weekend?
I like to add there's also a TNA show on Sunday as
That's
well.
Right, TNA.
Man, I would spread it out. I wish it was spread out. I'm a wrestling fan. Whether it's AEW or WWE, I want to watch both. Personally, I'd rather both shows have their own weekend, but as a wrestling fan, how can you complain?
I agree with you, man. I'm looking forward to just watching some good wrestling. I'm gonna lean a little more into AEW only because I'm tired of TKO's entertainment sticking their nose and stuff all the time. But I do still like WWE. I like the performers. I like the stories. I wish they just tell them a little, let them tell the stories that they're supposed to be, instead of us getting everything we're getting with some of them. I look forward to a great weekend of wrestling. I can't wait for it. What a great way to start my weekend, to go into my birthday week with so much freaking wrestling. So when we come back to talk next week, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about.
Happy early birthday.
Man, I sure appreciate that, man. I'm getting old in numbers, but I'm feeling younger by today, so I ain't gonna complain. But with that, guys, that was our AEW stream. What do you guys think about the show of Dynamite? What do you think about Collision? If you're gonna watch it, are you gonna watch Forbidden Door? You should watch Forbidden Door. Make sure you check out WWE's PLEs this weekend, and check out TNA. And I want to say that's Slammiversary, I believe. So check that out. You guys, we also post content on YouTube, so make sure you check us out on YouTube. If you're not able to catch us here live, we will post it on YouTube. So check us out there. Leave likes, leave comments, ask us some questions, give us your opinions on what you think about the show. And before we get out of here, there's one more thing. What you guys say to the audience, Mr. Wrestler?
Thank you guys for watching. Please keep watching. We're just a couple of wrestling fans who enjoy talking about wrestling.
That's all we do, folks. And we out of time. To the next time, we'll see you guys next week when we come back with what happened. Stay tuned. Brand Split Podcast. We're out.